Here we go. Semifinal matchup here. Sun Devils and Raleigh Raptors. Early morning here in Chicago, just for you people at home. Kids should be fired up. They were outside doing warm-ups with their shirts off. So bringing some swagger into this game. Devils are going to start off with Smith, Lorenzo, Emerton, Brand, and Caitlin in the blacks. Here we go. Off the opening draw, picked up by Smith. Smith gets it deep, going to work. You're okay. Puck's behind the net. Raleigh can't exit the zone there. Misguided pass. Lorenzo gets it back down low. Off some sticks. The Raleigh Raptors gather it up in the neutral zone. Play comes in offside. Quick change of bodies here by the Devils. Logan, Jack, Luke, Riles, Hoppy on the ice. Puck knocked out of the zone. Hoppy back to get it. Sends it in. Puck's behind the goal line, rimmed around. McCarthy grabs it, tries to swipe it to the point. Picked up by the Raptors. Puck shot in. Jack gets it, can't clear the zone. Puck comes in on net, save. Off the draw, puck to the point, shot. Puck's loose in the crease, chopped over the net. Up to Wiki, Wiki tries to get to Scarpool. Puck gets in the zone. Eric thinks about pinching, backs off. Puck's kept in though and sent back around to the near corner. Raleigh rims it around, far side. Lippert takes his man down. Puck comes in offside.
There you go. Good hit, 3-7.
Another change here. Austin, Parker, Crew, Caitlin, Brand. Off the draw, Raleigh controls again. Raleigh gets it deep. Puck comes around to Caitlin. Puck below the goal line. Caitlin grabs it, sends it up the wall to Iyer. Iyer can't get a stick on it, but it comes out of the zone. Caitlin grabs it. Caitlin up the wall. That's going to be an icing. All the way back down. And Riley come on for Caitlin and Brand. Same set of forwards out there. Off the draw. Shot. Misses everything over the net. Puck's in the corner. Behind the net. Comes up to the point. Played by Austin or Parker out of the zone. He's forechecking hard on his man, trying to cause a turnover. Puck goes below the cage. That's a big monster back there for Raleigh. Puck sent up, all the way down off the skate, no icing. Hager grabs it. Puck swiped away from him. Hoppy gets it. Hoppy comes out of his own end. It's Davidson. Davidson grabs it. He dumps it in. Devils will get a change. Everyone's going. Raleigh picks it up. Fanned on. Emerton grabs it. Gets it in briefly. Puck comes out. Eric. Hard dump in. Goes all the way down for an icing. That's for Pat Bump. He said, tell them to move. Off the draw. Puck centered in front, stick aside. Eric battling in the corner. Puck comes up to Emerton. Emerton can't get the puck out. Eric's got it. Slides it over to Wren. Sends it up the gut to Stevens. Off his blade. Goes into the Raleigh Raptors end. Kicked out. Puck in the neutral zone. Eric goes back to get it. Eric pulls up. Sends it up to Lorenzo. Picked up by Stevens. Stevens at the circle. Shot. Glove save. Picked up by Wren in the neutral zone. Over to Caitlin. Caitlin spins. Kicks it up the wall. Pass is picked up by Raleigh in the neutral zone. Caitlin goes into the corner. Reverses the play. Up to Brand. Brand up to Stevens. Stevens gets the line. Stevens goes wide. Stevens centers. No one's home. Puck swiped out of the zone and all the way down for an icing. Lippert, McCarthy, Jack, Brand, Caitlin. Puck goes below the goal line. Caitlin pinches, keeps it into Lippert. Lippert has the puck on the half wall, curls, dekes around one man, loses the puck. Puck comes up to the point. Brand swipes it back down low to McCarthy. McCarthy, blind centering pass broken up by Raleigh, sends it below the cage. Jack's on it. It's going to cause an icing on that one. Another ozone face-off. D changed on this one. We got Hoppy and Hag out there now. Off the draw. Face-off's one. Hoppy. Pump fake. Sends it down into the near corner. Lippert grabs it. Tries to get it deep. Raleigh comes out with it. D-zone face-off here for the Devils. Austin, Scarpool, Wiki, Riley, Hoppy still out there. Austin digs in. Face-off win. Puck goes behind the cage. Raleigh picks it up, centering pass, kicked out there. Puck comes up to Wiki. Wiki loses it to Raleigh. Raleigh tries to come back in with it. D to D. Up the gut to Scarpool. Scarpool gets it in. Sends the puck down deep below the goal line. Wiki down there for check-in. It's behind the cage there. Sends it to Scarpool. Scarpool sends it up to the point. Good play. Hoppy from the point. Shoots it. Just misses the net. Riles along the wall there. Battling with his man. Keeps it in. Scarpool down there. Can't come up with it. Puck flipped out of the zone by Raleigh. Picked up by Hoppy in the neutral zone. He gathers the line again. Shoots it in on net. Save. Rebounds there. Nobody's home for it. Puck comes out of the zone. Hager. All the way up to Wiki. Off his boot. Gets in the zone. Scarpool can't corral it. Raleigh comes back the other way with it. Scarpool's got a little bit of ice in front of him. Can't get to the puck. Raleigh comes up with it. They're going to come out of their own end with some speed. Over the blue line. Wren, bobbling puck, gets it up to Iyer. Iyer chips it up the wall. Puck again on the far wall. Picked up by Iyer. He's going to dump it in again. Davidson on the forecheck. Puck around in the near corner. Plays reverse. No tripping call. Davidson got lucky on that one. Raleigh's got it. They're going to send it below the cage. Ayer's over there. Ayer can't get to the puck, but it's kept in by Wren. Ayer grabs it on the half wall, sends it towards the net. Misses. Stevens down there. Stevens on it. He's bodied by 2 Raleigh Raptors there in the corner. Raleigh comes up with it. Right up the gut. Here they come across the blue line. Centering pass, broken up. Here comes Wren out with it. Wren up the ice. Wren cuts in, plays offside. Pretty good pace here to the game. Both teams still kind of feeling each other out. Lorenzo, Lippert, Emerton. Lorenzo can't get the line. Play comes in offside. Brand, Caitlin back on D. Off the draw. Run by the Devils. Brand gets it up. Almost hits Lippert's stick. Puck's in the neutral zone. Lippert gets the line, carries it in, drops it over to Emerton, but Raleigh's there to pick it up and come out of the own end with it with some speed. Pace turnover before they can do that. Here they come again. Sent in all the way around to the far corner. Caitlin's over there. Walls her man off. Emerton grabs it. Gets the puck out of the zone. Emerton beat bopping around. Gets it out of the zone. Here comes Lorenzo. Lorenzo, top of the circle. Puck slid towards the net. Doesn't get all the way there. Here comes Raleigh out with it. Raleigh across the line. Brand forces the play wide. Backhanded shot attempt does not hit the net. Oh, kid toe picked. Friendly fire there. Puck goes high up off the glass. Brand goes into the near corner here up to Lorenzo. Lorenzo chops it up to Lippert. Play comes in offside. Austin Jack McCarthy out there. Jack's got it on his stick for a hot second. Swiped away by Raleigh into the Devil's end. Riley fans on it. Gets it up the wall, up to Jack. He can't handle it. Raleigh takes over in the neutral zone. Fanned on again. Everyone's having a hard time grabbing that puck. McCarthy floats it up to Jack. Jack in on that. Rebounds there. Save. Puck's loose. Austin digs in for the face-off. Face-off win, back to Hoppy. Hoppy sends it below the net. Raleigh reads that play well. Puck comes up the near wall. Hoppy off the wall. Raleigh comes in the Devil's end with it. Swiped away. Sent around to the far side. Jack's got a little bit of time. Chips it up the wall, out of the zone. Play comes in offside. A lot of whistles here. Jack, Logan, Landon, Eric, Wren on the draw. Play comes into the neutral zone. Jack swipes at it. Comes in offside again. A lot of whistles. Same 5 on the ice for the Devils. Neutral zone face-off, won by the Raptors. Up the wall. Logan grabs it. Logan to Jack, to Logan in the zone. Good play to gain it. Logan cuts in, sends a shot towards the net, deflected high over the net and into the corner. Puck's loose on the wall there. Lippert grabs it. Lippert stick. Lippert trying to get a shot off. Can't do it. Puck comes up to the point to Eric. Eric, holy cow, sends a shot right towards Jack's head. Stevens slap shot. That's a goal! Logan Stevens on a slap shot one-timer from Lippert, who's hanging out behind the cage. Devils up 1-0. Wiki, Smith, Starpool, Caitlin and Bran out there. Up to Wiki. Wiki swings at it, gets it in the zone. Puck goes into the Raptors end and then back out. Caitlin grabs it, sends it up the wall to Wiki again. Wiki off his stick. Raleigh gets it deep. Bran loses it to the Raptors. Shot from the point. Misses wide. Puck rimmed around to the other side. And then comes back below the cage. Centering pass broken up by Bran. Bran on his horse along the wall. Puck eventually comes out. Wiki forechecking hard on his man down here in the corner. Takes his man to the wall. Sends it towards the net. Scarpool is back there. Puck comes up the far side. Caitlin grabs it. Sends it up the same wall. Here comes Raleigh into the Sun Devils end. Shot. Swiped away by Bish. Crew can't get the puck out. Turns, spins, can't get it out again. Puck comes all the way back down. Caitlin grabs it. Caitlin sends it around. Ayers over there, pins his man to the wall. Puck's still in the zone. Picked up by Riley. Riley gets it up to Crew, gets it out of the zone that time. Puck comes in. They don't blow the offside, so Caitlin grabs it and she sends it up to Davidson. Davidson, patience, sends it over, misses Crew's stick, but goes to the wall. Crew dumps it down below the cage. Picked up by the big D-man there from Raleigh. Puck comes up the far wall, out of zone. Hoppy grabs it. Up the wall again. No icing on that. Don't think we touched it, but we'll make him go 200. Puck comes around to the far side. Then rim back around to the near side. Picked up by Lippert. Lippert has Davidson in front. Can't quite connect on that pass. Puck comes over. Here comes Raleigh out with it. Shot. Gloved aside by Bish. Hoppy grabs it. Hoppy up to Crew. Crew. Hits Lippert. Lippert can't do much with the pass that goes behind him. Devils will get a change. Here comes Raleigh back. Dumps it in the zone all the way around. Bish plays it behind the net. Sends it around to Emerton. Emerton met quickly there by a Raleigh player. They pick it up. Dances in. Glove saved by Bish. Puck goes into the corner. Spin by Riley, who comes out with the puck. Riley off the stick. Up to Lorenzo. Lorenzo slides it up to Emerton. Emerton across the line. Chipped out. Hoppy back in. Tipped by Emerton. Puck comes all the way across. Errant pass. Stevens toe drag. Shot. Saved by the Raleigh tender there. Puck comes out of the zone. Comes in offside. .140 left here in the first. Devils up 1-0. Off the draw. Lorenzo, Stevens, Jack, Eric, Ren. Lorenzo goes hard in. Jack tries to get a stick on it. Puck comes around to the point to Ren. He's got a little bit of time up there. He's going to send it back down low. Lorenzo grabs it. Sends it back down below the cage. No one home there, so Raleigh grabs it. They're going to come up, but Stevens picks that pass off and then loses the puck. Plays force wide. Button up there in the corner. Kid comes out with it. Puck shot below the goal line. Ren's down there, sends it up the far wall to Jack. Jack chips it up, can't get it out. Logan chips it into the bench. Smith, Scarpool, Caitlin, Brand, Jack. Their toes are on the line. What are you talking about? Just drop the puck. Puck behind the cage. Brand sends it up. Scarpool gets it out. Puck knocked back in. Brand sends it up off the wall. Puck sent across to the far side. Caitlin in a foot race. Sends it up the same wall. Centering pass broken up. Puck comes around to the far wall again. Jack's there, sends it up there, but that's his point. So they're able to keep it in and send it all the way back around. Brand grabs it. Scarpool backhands it up. Got a cross-checking call here. Looks like the Devils will go to a power play here with 5 seconds left in the first period. Smith digs in. Face off. One gets it up to Hoppy. 3-2-1. That's going to do it for the first period. Devils, good start to this game. Take a 1-0 lead into the second period. Start of the second here. Devils will still be on the power play. Hoppy from Lippert gets it up to Jack. Jack gets it in, sends it to the far side over to Austin. Lippert's there, gathers the puck. Puck goes to the point. Another passive box here by the PK team. No pressure. Puck's along the outside. Hoppy's got it. Sends it over to Lippert. Lippert to Hoppy. Hoppy over to Stevens. One-time shot. Hits a body in front. Puck cleared out of the zone to Hoppy. Hoppy sends it back down towards the net. Nobody's on it. Got to have better puck retrieval than that. Raleigh comes up with it. Sends it down the ice. Off the draw, face-off won by the Devers. Lippert to Hoppy, down to Stevens, back to Hoppy. Landon on the flank, sends it back up to Hoppy. Back over to Lippert at the dot, shot, misses everything. Puck rimmed around, picked up by Stevens. Stevens back to Hoppy. Over to Landon. Trying to look for some lanes here. Stevens slides it across to Lippert, just off his stick. Great setup play there from Logan. Puck comes out of the zone. Landon grabs it up. Austin gets the line, sends it over to Jack. Jack has some time, sends it over to Lippert. Lippert to Hoppy. Power plays over. Hoppy directs it towards the net. Puck bounces below the goal line. Austin back to Stevens. Stevens in the dot. Shot just misses wide on that one. Lippert picks it up. Lippert sends it to the net. Deflected in on net. Whoop. Puck's loose and he blew the whistle. Wiki, Iyer, Davidson, Eric, Wren. Off the draw, sent to the point. Wren sends it down low. Puck all the way to Wiki behind the cage. Wiki comes up with it, sends it down low again. Iyer over in the corner. Can't get to it before his man does. Raleigh's going to come out with it. Raleigh plays broken up. Eric sends it up. Hits a Raleigh stick. They're going to control, come out with it. Sent back to Eric's stick, up to Iyer. Iyer can't hit Wiki on that pass. Puck does go deep, up the wall. Iyer picks it up, tries to direct it towards the net. Picked up by Raleigh and cleared out of the zone. All the way down for an icing. Lippert replaces Wiki at center. Still have Parker and crew out there with Eric and Wren. Lippert in for the draw. Off the face-off. Puck swiped at. Raleigh does come out with it. Eric bodies his man. Good play there. Picked up by Wren. Sends it up to the near wall again. Centering pass. Puck's in some skates. Shot, save. Puck still loose. Picked up by Davidson, who clears the zone. Raleigh out of their own end with it. Lippert gets taken down. Puck gets deep on Wren. Wren sends it over to Eric. Puck rimmed around hard. Iyer pinches his man to the wall, but Raleigh maintains possession. Play's broken up with a high stick. That'll get whistled. Ozone face-off. Smith, Wiki, Scarpool, Brand, Caitlin. Puck to the far wall. Raleigh's going to come out with it. Come to the zone. Caitlin. Centering pass. Saved by Bish. Up to Wiki. Wiki can't get it out. Puck goes to the far wall. Caitlin's going to send it up. Out of the zone to Wiki again. Wiki knocked off the puck. Raleigh grabs it. Caitlin swipes at it, keeps the puck in the zone. Scarpool says, I'll take it. He's hooked, battles through it. In some skates, puck comes up. Caitlin grabs it and sends it back down to Scarpool. Scarpool sends it below the goal line. Comes up the far corner again. Austin, can't quite keep it in. Almost there, good effort. Stevens, Jack McCarthy, Hoppy, Riley. Plays force wide. Raleigh loses it off their stick. Picked up by Logan. Logan sends it up to Jack. Jack stands on the centering pass. Puck comes out. Picked up by Hoppy. Hoppy backhands it over to Riley. Riley can't reverse it there. Raleigh comes in with it. Centering pass. Jack breaks that up. Good stick. Shot. Off a skate into the corner. Puck's loose and some skates down there. Stevens backhands it up to Jack. Jack's got some time. Skate it out, buddy. McCarthy back to Jack. Jack just out of his reach. Puck gets a little bit deeper in the zone. Raleigh player forced to eat it along the wall there. McCarthy comes out with it. Sends it up to the center. Feeds the transition out of the zone. Raleigh takes it wide. Shot towards the net. Hits the side of the net. Riley grabs it, sends it up the far wall. Sent back down below the goal line. Riley grabs it. He backhands it up to McCarthy. McCarthy up to the point. Kept in. Off a skate. At the dot. Shot high around the net. Raleigh putting on some pressure now. Puck's along the far wall. McCarthy grabs it. He flips it out of the zone. We'll take that whistle. Coaches about took one in the teeth there. All right, let's get a little momentum back here, boys. Lippert, Lorenzo, Emerton, Eric Wren. Off the draw, Eric. Funky hop off the glass. Puck to the point. Sent backhand out of play.
That's not down low. No. How could that be down low? That's out.
Off the face-off. Slap shot from the point. Muffin. Eric up the wall. Into Lorenzo's skates. He gets it out. Lippert digging at it. Puck goes back in deep on the Devils. Eric back to get it. Over to Wren. Wren right up to Lippert. Great outlet pass. Lippert gets his zone. Up to Emerton. Emerton. Centering pass. Puck's loose in front. Woo! Smith, Davidson, Iyer, Bump, Brand. Ozone face-off. Austin digs in. Off the draw. Iyer picks it up. He scores off the draw. Off the face-off. Iyer tucks it in. 5-hole. 2-0 Devils. Pure joy there from Iyer on that goal. Raleigh grabs the puck off the face-off after the goal. Brand grabs it. He's got a monster on his back. Puck comes out of the zone. Picked up by Raleigh in the neutral zone. Iyer can't grab it. Puck sent in into the far corner. Brand's gonna hold up on that, but he's got some help there from Davidson. Davidson sends it up the far wall, out of the zone. Puck's on in. It's going to roll. No icing. Iyer on his man. Forces the play into the corner. Davidson over there. Davidson traps his man. Caitlin misses Smith's stick, but it goes over to Davidson. Davidson looking for Iyer. Iyer circle shot right over the net. Puck goes into the corner. Ayers on it. He's got a man down there. Taken down. Raleigh comes out with it. Raleigh across the blue line. Good play there by Caitlin to tie her man up. Puck comes around to Riley. Riley up the wall to Scarpool. Out on the change, up to Stevens. Stevens gets the line. Stevens goes wide at the dot. Shields knocked off the puck. Puck goes into the corner. Scarpool picks it up. Scarpool sends it back below the cage. Logan picks it up. Logan in front. This is everybody. Riley shot. Oh, Scarpool eats that one. Ouch. A friendly fire there from the boys. Jack replaces Scarpool on that. He put some ice on that elbow. Raleigh grabs it. Hoppy in the neutral zone. Over to Riley. Riley up the wall to Jack. Good play in the zone there. Over to Logan. Logan to Wiki. Wiki buries it. Wiki! Top corns from Stevens. Boys are putting on a show this morning. Devils up 3-0.
Oh boy, hard!
Face off after that goal. Wiki from Stevens. Raleigh brings it in. McCarthy slides it up out of the zone. Puck's at the blue line. Forced in by Raleigh. They got a 2-on-1 shot. Good save there by Fish. Kicks out the flapper. Riley grabs it. He's wheeling up. He gets it deep. Puck into the near corner here. Jack battling with his man. Raleigh player spins off of the forecheck. Up to the neutral zone. Eric grabs it. Play comes in offside. Neutral zone face-off. Lippert, McCarthy, Jack, Eric, Wren. Backhander high over the net. Eric into the corner hard with his man. Jack grabs it. He's wheeling up the ice. Jack gets to his forehand. Shot. Just misses. McCarthy sends it up the far wall. Raleigh controls. They come out with it. Picked up by Jack. Swung out of the zone. Wren. Take it up the gut, buddy. There you go. Good decision. Good decision. Wren at the dot. Gets a shot on net. Puck's loose. Jack grabs it. Comes around. Uses the point. Shot from Eric. Hits a skate. Lippert into the corner. Lippert curls. Lippert sends it back down low to Lorenzo. Lorenzo off his stick to Emerton. Emerton's got it. Emerton pinned to the wall by his man. Puck sent to the point. Eric on his backhand. Can't quite get enough of that puck to get it deep. Here comes Raleigh out with it. Wren grabs a stick. Devils player slides into the net. Bish shuts that door like Chick-fil-A on Sunday. Smith, Lorenzo, Emerton, bump. Branimal. Puck's at the dot. Caitlin grabs it. Caitlin up to Emerton. Emerton transitions out of the zone. He's got a man hard on him. Takes a hit. Puck goes along the far wall now. Brand grabs it. Brand out of the zone. Picked up by Raleigh. They've got to wait to get back on side. Puck dumped into the near corner here. Caitlin chops at it. Puts it up the wall. Raleigh controls. Up to the point. Kept in, shot. Misses everything wide. Puck into the corner. Up the wall. No D's there, so Lorenzo's going to come out with it. Puck rolls on him a little bit. He gets it a little bit deeper. Raleigh picks it up. Goes D to D. Caitlin grabs it. She sends it in to the far corner. No icing. They already waved it off. Lorenzo grabs it. Iyer had to wait for his teammates to get on side. Still waiting. Puck comes in offside. Stevens, Davidson, Iyer, Hockey, Riley. Puck back to Riley. Riley's got a monkey on his back. They steal the puck and it gets back in the zone here for the Devils. We're gonna have to play some D here. Puck rimmed around. Logan can't pick it off the wall. Puck cycled down below the goal line. Centering pass in front. Bish says no. Same 5 on the ice for the Devils. Puck to the point. Stevens, one hand on the stick, gets it over to Hoppy. Puck comes up to Iyer. Iyer's got a little time with it. Sends it out of the zone. Picked up by Raleigh. Puck flip back in the zone. Hoppy out of his own end with it. Pulls up to Iyer. Iyer, can't quite hit Davidson on that outlet pass. Puck sent back deep. Let's go north, boys. Up the wall. Iyer, pin. Puck comes all the way down. No icing on that one. Stevens. Davidson. Puck goes to the point. Shot from the point. Iyer hit him in the skate. Puck goes back to the point to Wren. Puck along the wall by Stevens. Sent towards the net. Raleigh's going to come out with it. Iyer forces a turnover. Sent back in off a skate. Davidson can't get to it. Iyer does. Tries to send it deep on a backhand, but not quite deep enough. Here comes Raleigh out with it. Raleigh across the line. Shot blocked by Hoppy. Lippert picks it up. Lippert gets it out of the zone to Wiki. Wiki loses the puck at the red line. Raleigh sends it back in. Spending a lot of time chasing our puck here the last 2 or 3 minutes in our end. Hoppy picks it up. Cleared out of the zone. Puck along the far wall. 2 Devils on it. Scarpool grabs it. Puck comes out of the zone again. Raleigh across the blue line. Wren. Nice D on his man, like a surgeon, takes that puck away. Rims it around to the far side here. Hoppy's got his man tied up. Puck's loose. Shot off the pipe. Raleigh centering pass comes up. Lippert intercepts. Goes wide on his man. Lippert goes through 2 men. He's tripped up. We're going to get a call on that one. Way to keep your feet moving there, Landon. Devils of the power play. Stevens, Jack, Smith, Hoppy, Lippert. This kid likes to just eat it along the wall. Centering pass through everybody. Lippert keeps it in at the line. Puck comes over to Hoppy. Hoppy over to Stevens. Back to Hoppy. Over to Logan. Logan back to Hoppy. Pump fakes, shot, block. Puck's loose in the crease. Goes wide. Stevens picks it up below the goal line. Sends it up to Hoppy. Hoppy sends it over to Logan. Back to Hoppy. Over to Landon on the flank. Hoppy at the point. Shot. Hits a body, puck's loose in the crease again. Raleigh just boxing it down there. Hard to get inside of him on those point shots. Backhanded, Jack picks it up off the wall. Puck doesn't get out. Shot, glove by Bish. Fresh set of bodies on the ice here for the Sun Devils for this last 30 seconds. Raleigh wins the draw, centering pass, stick to side there by Bish. Puck swiped out of the zone by Wiki. Raleigh's got to regroup here with 20 seconds left. Puck goes across the ice on the far side. Shot from the point, gloved, held up, loose. Bish, whoo, living dangerously. Thought he had that one in the trapper there. Popped out. Got it covered, 11 seconds left. Big face-off here. Off the draw, to the point, shot, Wiki, big block. Puck sent deep, below the goal line. That's gonna do it for the second period. Amy, I don't wanna be a little premature on this, but you're gonna have to cancel that flight. All right, start of the third period here. We're gonna start with Smith, Lorenzo, Emerton. Brand and Caitlin back on D. Power play is over. Raleigh brings it in. Caitlin grabs it, sends it around to the far side. Emerton can't get there, pressures his man though. Puck sent down along the half wall there, kicked down into the corner. Caitlin bodies her man, Austin bodies his man, puck comes around again. Emerton's there, gets the puck out. Lorenzo's skating hard on it. Picked up by Hawk on the wall. Hawk's battling, he's crushed along the wall. Puck gets in the zone, sent deep. Caitlin's got a lot of time here. Look up, make a good decision. Comes across to Austin. Austin, play comes in offside. Stevens, McCarthy, Jack, Hoppy, Riley. Off the draw. Won by Raleigh. They send it to the far side, into the zone. Puck shot, gloved by Bish. Not up in here. Raleigh wins the face-off. Puck chopped towards the net. Saved by Bish. Up off the glass and out. Jack chips it up to Logan. He can't quite get to it. Swiped away last second. Sent over to Logan in the far corner. Senders to McCarthy. Fans on the one-time shot. Kept in by Riley. Riley head up looking for some options. Sends it in on net. Puck's loose in front. Save. Lippert, Scarpo, Wiki come on with Eric and Wren. Buck to the point. Eric does a good job keeping that in and sending it low. Lippert sends his man hard into the wall. Puck right up the gut. Eric's going to grab that in the neutral zone. Eric spins. Up the wall. Back to Eric. Eric sends it in deep. Scarpool on the forecheck. Can't come up with it. Puck sent out of the zone. Eric's going to regroup again. Over to Wren. Wren off his blade. Has to clear the zone there. Puck swiped away at the blue line by Scarpool. Scarpool up to Lippert. Lippert tries to go around his man. Goes into the corner with it. Strong on his skates. Here comes Raleigh out with it. They've got some ice in front of them. Across the blue line. Drop pass into the net. Blocker down by Bish. Puck's loose. Shot gloved by Bish. 2 big saves. Bish shutting that door. Wiki, Scarpool. Smith, Brand, Caitlin, shot, save, puck's loose. Picked up by Wiki, spins, gets it out of the zone, relieves the pressure. Puck gets deep on the Devils again. Bish, back behind his cage, sends it up to the wall. Raleigh keeps it in at the goal line, sends it in front. Scarpool grabs it. Scarpool up to Wiki. Wiki gets it deep. Devils will get a line change. Davidson on with Austin. Iyer, picked up by Iyer. Iyer at the circle. Iyer slides it over to nobody. But Riley's over there on the far or in the near wall to grab it. Puck comes all the way around. Raleigh gets it, clears the zone. No icing on this. Devils are going to have to hustle back. Hoppy grabs it. Fights off a check, up the wall, hits Davidson's stick. Raleigh's going to regroup in the neutral zone. Puck sent in. Near corner. Raleigh behind the net. Centering pass. Picked up by Davidson. Davidson slides it over to Iyer. Iyer can't dump it in deep enough. Puck comes up the far wall, out of the zone. Picked up by Hoppy. Hoppy over to Davidson. Plays in offside. Stevens, Lorenzo, Emerton, Wren, Eric. Off the drop. Wren. Up to Lorenzo. Lorenzo, Stevens, who backhands it in. Raleigh comes up with it. They're through the neutral zone. Slid across. Plays broken up by Logan on a back check. Puck comes around. Centering pass in front. Big save by Bish again. Puck blocked by Eric. Emerton grabs it. Emerton gets it in the zone. Emerton slides it across. Puck goes through the crease. Bump. Sends it down. Stevens, dot, shot, save. Lorenzo knocked off the puck. Shot again by Logan. That's a save. Raleigh sends it back below the goal line, all the way around, near corner. They're gonna come out with it. Sent up the ice. Good outlet there. Shot misses everything. Over to McCarthy. McCarthy chops it up the wall. Puck gets out. Lippert can't quite get around his man. Long stick there by that kid. Brand curls. Sends it up to Jack off his stick. Puck again on this near side. They've got to wait to tag up. They do. Dump it deep. Patience by Raleigh. Puck centered. Lippert breaks it up. Raleigh controls. Shot. Puck's loose. Brand fighting off his man. They wanted to hook on it. Devils scrambling here, trying to get the puck out. Raleigh controls up to Lippert. Lippert skates it up to Jack. Jack turns it over, picked up by Hoppy at the blue line. Hoppy gets the zone. Hoppy goes wide. Behind the net. Sends it to McCarthy. McCarthy's back there. Pulls the puck onto his backhand. Sent to the point from Riley. Riley shot. Saved. Lippert rebound. Puck's behind the cage. Save. Puck comes out. McCarthy again at the point. McCarthy sends it down low. Jack's there. Jack picks it up. Sends it back below the cage again. Puck sent all the way down the ice. That'll be an icing call. Eight minutes left. Smith, Scarpool, Wiki, Ren, Eric. Austin digs in. Austin on the draw. Wins it back. Ren at the point. Sends it low. Austin picks it up off the wall. Centers. Up to Ren, who taps it back to the blue line. Raleigh comes out with it. Centering pass. Broken up by Eric. Here comes Austin skating through the zone with it. Hits Wiki stick. Gets in. Puck chipped up the glass. Ren sends it back down low. Raleigh takes that dump in, and they're going to come out with it. Puck off the near wall. And the Devils in. Shot blocked by Eric. Centering pass. Hits a skate. Goes behind the net. In the far corner, Ren grabs it. Sends it up the wall. Wiki. Can't block that shot. Puck's loose. Up to Wiki. Wiki chops it out of the zone. Raleigh gathers it up again. They're going to come back in with it. Stick to side there. Wiki grabs it. Wiki sends it over to Scarpool on the near side. Scarpool on his own. He's going to go into the corner. Wait for his line mates to change. Good patience there. Goes behind the cage. Sends it up to the point. Good play there by Scarpool. Up to Logan. Logan shot over the net. Hits a stick. Brand grabs it. Brand down to Logan. Raleigh grabs it. Right up the middle. Brand, nice stick there to break that play up as they were coming with some speed through our zone. Raleigh still controlling. Brand puts it into the corner. Stevens is down there. Brand picks it up, sends it up the same wall. Two Raptors there to grab it. Davidson gets it, sends it out. Relieves the pressure. Puck off the glass in the neutral zone. Sent over. Raleigh's changing, shot on net. Puck's loose. Bish drops it. Puck comes up the near wall. Davidson gets it out. Raleigh wheels it back in the zone. Stood up, covered by Bish. Devils doing a good job in front of the net, clearing the loose pucks out. Lippert, Emerton, Lorenzo. Hoppy. Riley. Up to Lorenzo. Lorenzo gets the line. Tries to cut to the middle. Runs into Lippert. Raleigh comes out with it. Shot in on net. Save. Puck goes into the corner. Riley grabs it, sends it around. Nico grabs it, turns it over. Raleigh turns it over. Got an interference call. Devils will go to the PK. Smith, Davidson, Ren, Eric, off the draw. Puck at the point. Sent over to the far corner. Eric's over there. Eric hard up the wall. Kept in. Puck up to the point again. Whoa. Raleigh player going between the legs on that one. Puck goes over to the far wall again. In the corner. Shot toward the nets, rebounds there, swiped away by Bish. Austin can't clear the zone. Puck goes to the point. Shot, blocked by Eric, comes out of the zone. Raleigh's gonna have to grab it and come back in. Davidson will change. Austin forces the play deeper into the end. Jack's out now. Raleigh's gonna come out of their own end with it. D got a change. Caitlin and Brand there. Back out on D. Puck goes into the corner. Fighting her man in the corner. Puck's pinned along the wall. Raleigh pulls it out. Puck goes to the point. Shot from the point. Misses everything wide. Puck's behind the net. Comes up to the flank. Up to the point. Shot from the point. Misses everything again. Shot again. Save. Good stick there by Jack. Penalty is over. Devils need to get possession, get a change, or take an ice here. Caitlin's got it. Puck's loose. Shot. Big save by Bish again. Jack's got it. Jack clears the zone. Up to Scarpool. Scarpool's got it. Scarpool's got a 2-on-1. Backhands it over to Jack. Jack shot. Save. Devils kill off that penalty. 3:05 left in the third. 3-0 lead still. Lippert, McCarthy, Scarpool, Hag and Hoppy out there. Raleigh sends it over here to the near wall. Off. Gets deep. Riley on it. Goes behind the cage. He's forechecked hard. In the corner. Sent to the point. Shot from the point. Gets through. Woo! Bish off his glove. Puck gets out. McCarthy. Oh. Wheels were moving faster than the puck was. Puck gets in. Scarpool. Can't come up with a shot towards the net. Lippert grabs it. Lippert comes out with it. Lippert and McCarthy, 2-on-2. Across the line. Knocked away. McCarthy picks it up. Sends it across to Lippert. Puck floated just over his stick. Here comes Raleigh out with it. Eric grabs it. Sends it to the near wall. Scarpool backhands it in. He goes for a change. Puck played around on the wall. Emerton keeps it in. McCarthy's going to change. Emerton on it in the corner. Puck comes up, turned over by Lippert. Picked up by Lorenzo. Lorenzo. Raleigh comes out with it. Raleigh in. Shot blocked by Eric. Lorenzo dumps it in. Raleigh dumps it in. 1:20 left. Wren out of his own end with it. Wren off the glass. Lorenzo can't find it. Raleigh comes back in the zone with it. Hold up. Puck's in the slot. Towards the net. Puck's loose. Devils are going to take a penalty. Goalie's pulled. Extra attackers on. 58 to go. Puck high up on the far side. Emerton's there. Walls his man. Puck comes up to the point. Drop down to the circle. Raleigh sends it across. Devils got to touch that puck. Lorenzo grabs it. That'll be the end of that. 40 seconds left. Emerton to the box. Smith, Wiki out there with the bump. And Riley, see if we can get this killed off. Get out of here with, I don't want to say it yet, shot from the point. Raleigh retrieves it, up off the boards. Austin gets it, pucks on in. Is it going to go the length? They're not skating. They blew it. Icing. Austin digs in. Face off to the wall. Raleigh picks it up. Centering pass. Woo, shot misses. Riley grabs it, sends it up the glass out of the zone. That's going to do it. I'll say it now. Bish with a shutout. 3 seconds left. 2, 1. Devils advance to the championship game. Let's go.